So I've played White Fox a little bit before, you know, you gotta try all the characters a little bit, but she would not click with me. I had watched so many guides on how to play her, and there was always something different. Like, some people would be like, yeah, as soon as you have 2 tails, you just need to be diving the whole time. You just need to be in the sidelines getting picked. That didn't work for me. I suck at diving. Then I would just kind of chill in the back, and if one of my divers dove, then I would teleport to them, and I'd dive with them. And I usually ended up dying because a lot of divers in this game try to 1v6. So I decided day 1, I was just going to play her my own way and use instinct to figure her out. I'm a busy lady, and in the current meta, it feels like you have to learn all the healers to do well. So I figured I would do this video to see, like, if you're a casual person, if you have a full-time job, can you get good at characters like White Fox so you can have any viability in competitive? Or if you're a quick play warrior, because comp is not the default, if you can still just like learn her and just casually play and have viability with her. She plays very similar to Invisible Woman and Emma, who are both my lords, so I feel like I took to her pretty quickly if I was playing her like a Brawl hero, because Brawl is kind of my comfort zone in this game. It's interesting because in Overwatch, I prefer poke and dive. Brawl is my thing in this game. So first time, I wasn't amazing. I did okay sometimes. I was often either too aggressive or too heal body. There's like a balance to be found there where when you can, you aggress, and then when you can, you heal bot. But I kept falling too far into either or. I did find my cooldown management could use some work because I would just like spam her tail, like the stun ability on cooldown, which it did secure a lot of picks, but I needed it a few times and I didn't have it. Also, I would push way too far forward. I get so annoyed by these frontlining White Foxes and then I do it. Generally, I think my fundamentals have been falling by the wayside a bit recently, so a lot of my positioning and stuff was kind of meh. But I was getting a lot of heals and I was getting a lot of picks. I was very consistently ace for like most of the match. Because I was mostly just vibing it out, I wasn't really paying attention to like where the marbles bounced. I was just trying to like hit where I needed to hit, since direct hits did more damage and healing anyway. Like there I didn't need to be there. I should stay behind my tank. But generally I did find that her bounces were really, really useful. I would get a lot of healing and damage in very, very quickly. She also gets away very nicely, and she's fantastic against dive. I would use her shield overzealously. I would just be like, oh, they need help. I'd get in there, and then like, especially if they were in the air, and then I'd fall to the ground and just get like beat. I found I would use her stun ability, I don't know the fucking names, like Sue's shove ability, in that it can be used to cancel, be like, stop that. But it's also a great finisher ability because it has such a large hitbox and it does really decent damage, so you're just like, I want you dead, Fox. Honestly, when you just have nothing else to do, sending it into crowds seems to do more good than harm because it does a lot of healing and it's, you know, damages and stops the enemy from doing whatever they're doing. It's so disruptive, it's kind of stupid. Early on, I think I would sit way too far forward. I did find she was very comfortable in the middle of a team rather than the back, but my coach is always telling me that I'm too far forward when I'm healing. So I think over time I did learn to sit farther back because I would often creep forward in excitement and then my DPS would be pinging behind me like, hey! Hopping on over to day 2, I was trying to keep a better eye on my fundamentals, so making sure I was positioning well. It's tough to like position behind cover so you can heal your teammates while also positioning in a way that you can also, you know, attack the enemies, because you often end up in the open if you're trying to get in some good picks, especially on the healers. It's a little weirder on healer. I feel like White Fox is genuinely so fantastic for crowd control. If you have your teams grouped up, she excels. She is a lot like Invisible Woman in that way, where she can hit so many targets. It's great. I think I would use her teleport selfishly a lot too. If I was low, I would frantically search for a teammate who was also low or was just about to get hit by something. So, you know, maybe it's not entirely selfish because I was also protecting a teammate. But sometimes I would see a full teammate and be like, I go to you. Oh my god, why was I so up front there? Whoops. It took me a hot sec to really figure out her, like, unleashed fox form, because it felt like I would just hit it and then I would die. So learning to use that safer and use it more often, because I would either like never fucking use it or I would use it wrong. My ult usage was not fantastic early on. I would often just use it to stall point, which is all right. But yeah, sometimes I was like, oh shit, and then I'd fuck up. I did find she had a great kit for certain ults. Like, you shove down a shield to protect someone, and then you can just, like, mow them down. So, like, a lot of Bucky ults, I didn't really worry about. I did find that when you did have a team to back you up, the best course of action with her ult is just chase down the healers. Just make sure they die. But what I did wrong there is I didn't make sure I survived. Because killing one healer and then you dying, that doesn't make an advantage. You want to make sure there's still 2 healers on your team and no healers on theirs. By day 3, I found White Fox is fantastic against divers. If an Iron Fist is giving me trouble, I simply switch to White Fox and give him trouble back. I do find, especially in recent playthroughs of White Fox, I kill hunt a little too much. I found, like, hunting kills is really great, but if you do it too much, then your Iron Man will be behind you being like, I hate you, please heal me. I also find I can pop her, like, unleashed mode a little far away, and I realize it's kind of like, not a lot of people are going to get this, Wraith from Dead by Daylight. You need to uncloak right on top of them, or you will not be able to reach them. Just because, like, besides her dash, she's a lot slower, I feel like, in her little Fox Unleashed form. Or at least she just can't reach as far. And I do try to save her teleport for clutches, but sometimes, like, that rogue there, I was like, I can't heal you fast enough. I'm just gonna do this. Which, honestly, it's exactly like Invisible Woman's shield. I use it the exact same way. She is a lot like Invis and Emma, just smashed into one character. Also, her bounces are fantastic for picking people out of corners. It's so great. I do find my reaction times and, like, thought processes are still a little slow. Like, I should have teleported away there, but I was stuck between, like, should I fight back? Do I teleport away? And then, yeah, I should have just left. So by day 4, I had played her a lot off screen as well. And it's weird, whenever I play her off screen, I get a bunch of MVPs on her. And then I record it, and then I swear, like, day 1, I got 2 MVPs on her. Not that MVPs mean everything, but it feels nice to have. But yeah, I think by this day, I was getting better at using my Fox form to really finish people off and really work with my front line rather than go ahead of my front line. I've also been working on finding snail shell areas and really working behind those. And it's like, White Fox is a very upfront healer, but you also want to make sure you do just chill at the back. But yeah, every once in a while you can just, like, solo a rogue, which is so fun. I love her. One thing that is definitely really nice to be able to do on White Fox is, like, you know, your other healer should always be your first priority to heal. And she's a fantastic bodyguard. So I protect my other healer like it's nobody's freaking business. I'm like, don't touch my supports, which is usually my catchphrase when playing Emma. So again, this character is just so in my comfort zone when I play her like a brawl hero. I will be honest, it has been a little bit more than 5 days. It feels like after the turn of season 8, I forgot how to play. So I needed some time because it felt like I was getting worse at White Fox and I was getting worse at tank. I have failed most of my placement matches this season. I have not finished my placements because I've just, like, I'm so bad. I need a break. I need to stop or I will be in bronze. I did find that I would go way too hard into kill hunting. I craved that MVP too bad and it would make my teammates annoyed at me. So this time I take it a lot easier. I still find I don't use her Unleash form enough Of course, there isn't a quota with it, and I feel like it's similar to Emma's diamond form, where it's like you use it when there are opportunities. Trying to force it won't usually end up well. I do think my usage when in the form has gotten better. I don't often use it to get away, but I do when I must. And then when, you know, there's a diver on me, I pop it and I can get him off me, or I can even secure a kill. And I try to look for opportunities when another teammate is going into a team fight and it looks like if I join we can win. I try to do that, but a lot of the times they'll be like, yeah, off angle, White Fox, why aren't you joining me? And they're trying to like 2v6 and I'm like, okay buddy, you're just gonna get us both killed. And I think I've gotten better at not being too far up. I have hard to figure out, like, maybe I shouldn't be sitting in the middle of the team because I miss things behind me. So I should be sitting in the back, and I'm allowed to move forward if needed, but the back is where I need to stay. So, did I learn White Fox in a week? And we're going for a 5-day week because we've got things to do. We've got jobs. Yeah, I think so. I think she's a new main, honestly. I've been looking for I've been bored of Invisible Woman. They made her too damn easy and overpowered. I lorded her and I just don't want to play her. So, is White Fox learnable for casuals? Is she good for a chill player who, you know, works a bunch and then get home and they just want to have a healer that's fun and good? I would say so, yes. I only have 5 hours on the character and about 40 matches played. I'm not ready to take her into comp yet, but if you're chill and you're like most people I meet and you're a quick play player, yeah, she's a really good choice. I do think so. My biggest tips on her are don't be too passive, but don't be too aggressive. You should be aiming for whoever's farthest from you because her pearls tend to bounce backward, though do focus more on what you want done. So if you need someone healed, shoot them directly because it will do more healing. But if, you know, neither is in very dire straits, if they're fighting someone, shoot the enemy and then it'll bounce back and heal your teammate so you get a bunch done in one go. I find her ult is most successful if you just set your sights on a healer and you're like, I'm gonna kill that fucking healer. But you make sure you survive. So you do it just enough until they die and then you run on back to your team. Even if you get knocked out of your fox form, you need to be ready to teleport back to your team. But like my biggest tip of all is if you really, really want to get good at her, put more time than I did to her and watch coaching videos, watch people who are really good at playing her, like VOD review them and VOD review yourself. So let me know, are you thinking about picking up White Fox or are you hoping to pick up another healer? Let me know if you want me to try this with anyone else. Like, especially I need to learn a dive DPS so bad and I keep trying and I suck. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. This was a fun little video. If you want to see more like this or want to see some other fun video essays I have cooking up, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a lovely, lovely day.